about to take off and everybody want it. They've been waiting for this moment. We've been keeping it 100. We don't know about nothing less. It ain't real unless we done it. We've been cooking like a chef. That's why everybody on it.
Y'all better be glad I love y'all, because I was actually going to do another video for Testimony Tuesday today, and then pick back up on this the week after that. But because I ended the way I did, I was like, okay, I'm gonna at least give them part 2. So let me see where I stopped off at. Oh, my name is Renisha. Welcome to Renisha's Space. Over here, I let others pry over the mic. While making social media my pulpit, all I want to do is encourage you to be everything that God called you to be, even when others don't agree. Oh, God, I don't want to leave this good paying job. So yeah, I kept saying, oh, well, if you haven't seen part 1 of my testimony about how I lost everything and then moved to Chicago with less than $100, go watch part 1 first and then come back to this video. Okay. So, yeah, I kept saying, God, I don't want to leave this good paying job. I don't want to leave this good paying job. Now that's when I came back. He was doing that. This is between March and June. From March to June, this is what I'm saying, right? All right. It didn't move when I was supposed to. Fast forward to, so that was June. Fast forward to October of that year. Yeah. So mind you, from March to June, he's on me about moving. I don't want to leave this good paying job. All right. So now he's still on me from June up until October, right? No, let me back up. I knew I was forgetting something. So this is so exciting. I feel like I'm just talking to my friends in real life. So, after that, so when I didn't move in June, y'all, and I promise you I can't make this stuff up. When I didn't move in June, I was working for a private agency, but I was still in child welfare. So when I didn't move in June, it was either that following week or in July, something happened where the agency was suspended for, we couldn't take any cases. And with us, if we didn't work, we didn't get paid. But the money was good. So now something happens with one of my coworkers. Basically, I don't really want to get into that, but something happened where they did something and then the agency was under investigation, basically. Okay. So when that happened, come on, the Lord was like, yeah, you were supposed to move. So now I'm talking about I don't want to leave this good paying job. Now I'm not getting paid unless I had some cases already that I didn't finish. Okay, so after that investigation is over, we're working again. Now the Lord is still on me. I don't know why I'm looking here when I'm supposed to be looking at y'all. The Lord is still on me about moving. I'm saying the same thing like a dummy. Just slow. Okay, so we're back working now. The Lord is still getting me to move. I'm saying the same thing. Now we already got suspended one time. How long? It wasn't that much longer. That many months later, we got suspended. Or did it happen after I got back? I can't remember if it happened right before I came back to Chicago in October for a conference or right after I got back. But I know when I came for a conference in October, I was in the hotel on the balcony praying over the city, right? I call myself praying over the city. But I won't move to the city that the Lord told me to move to. So I'm praying over the city. The Lord is revealing stuff to me about principalities and stuff like that over the city, right? So I'm on the balcony, y'all, and the Lord was like, put in your 2 weeks notice when you get back. God, I don't want to leave this good paying job. This is me. God, I don't want to leave this good paying job. Okay. He was like, Holy Spirit said, first of all, I need y'all to know God is never obligated to repeat himself. Holy Spirit was like, Renisha, put your 2 weeks notice in when you get back. Y'all think I did it? Okay. So I think that's when we got suspended again. Another coworker did something. Agency suspended, no pay. I'm like, Lord, I really got to do better. Like, I know this is happening because I'm being disobedient. Okay, so fast forward to like November, I go to pick up my check from my supervisor, and she tells me, Renisha, I need you to pray. Basically, I got to submit this proposal in order for them to consider, not canceling the contract with us altogether. And I'm just like, oh my God. So I'm praying. I had the audacity to pray, talking about I'm praying knowing I'm supposed to be gone. Child, what y'all think happened? Now, mind you, at the time we were already getting paid really, really well, and they put in a proposal or something. The company we were contracted with for raises, and that was approved. So we sitting here thinking we're about to get raises. Lost the whole contract. Our agency. Baby, I have a cousin who's a pastor. She said, Renisha, everybody lost their job because you wouldn't obey God. I was like, I know. So yeah, I ended up losing a job that year. The same job I didn't want to leave when God told me to move. The same job, I ended up losing the whole job. Okay. So at this point now I'm thinking, man, if I would have moved when you told me to, I had this money. I could have lived in a nice hotel until I found a job. Didn't have to rush to find a job with the money I was making. Child, when I tell you I don't know what happened, that thing was like a domino effect. I just started losing stuff back to back. Job, car, storage unit. I mean, stuff was just, and I'm just like, next thing I know, I'm sitting here in my mama's house thinking, oh my God, I'm in the same place I always said I never wanted to be in. All because I wouldn't obey. And now I have this same testimony that I've heard all these great men and women of God share about how basically the Lord stripped them and then they said yes. So this is 2018 now, of course, and I'm just sitting here, like nothing. That's how my book was birthed out. Baby, I ain't have nothing but time. I learned the voice of God in all type of new ways. Yeah, so I ended up birthing my first book, Mantled for Manifestation. Wrote that in 5 days. It really was less than 5 days, but wrote that in 5 days. I have nothing but time. And when did I wanted to say I wrote that and released that maybe in August, something like that. So it felt good to get some money coming in again. And I was so excited going to underprice my books, especially the first time. I didn't know what I was doing. It was like robbery, but I was still excited to go buy my little envelopes and mail my book out. Working on the second book now, but after that, I went through a whole season of, but I can't lie. I learned God's voice in a whole new way. I was having all type of spiritual encounters that I would not trade for anything, but I wish I would have just obeyed God. I could have still had those encounters. Okay. So I finally decided was it November, December? No, what happened was, okay, after I went through the stripping and learning God's voice in a new way and all of that stuff and getting closer with Holy Spirit, okay, after that, the Lord told me that the door was going to open again for me to move to Chicago. And it was going to be a small window, but it was going to open again. So Holy Spirit told me he was going to let me know when the door opened again. And he did. I can't remember if it opened. I want to say it opened maybe around October or November, something like that. So I was trying to figure out now, of course, now I don't even have this cushion that I had to go and, relax, learn the city, find a job. I don't even have all this now. So now I'm like, okay, God, how am I supposed to, I really don't know what to do now. Talking about stepping out on faith, but I knew I was still supposed to go. So around November or December, I made a decision. Okay, I'm going to go. I just have to figure out when. or it might have been around December, January, something like that. So I talked to someone who was a friend at the current time, and he was like, well, if you go, well, I need to tell you this. The Lord challenged me to sow $1,000 seed into you. When you go, I'm going to, all you got to do is text me, like when you get off the plane, send me your Cash App or your PayPal, and I'll send you the $1,000 seed. Now that's what you told me. I want to say they also got my plane ticket because they had points. I think they may have used their Delta points to buy my ticket also. So I didn't have to buy a plane ticket. They said the Lord told them to sow $1,000 into me when I moved, and then the hotel. How did I pay for the hotel? Maybe I had some book money left over or something. And that's how I paid for. I think I had maybe 2 or 3 nights paid for when I got here. Baby, when I tell you I stepped out on faith, y'all, we over 10 minutes already. Okay, I'm gonna let it go a little bit over. So, yeah. So I think I used the little bit of money I had left to buy the whole. Honestly, I can't remember. One of my friends, Zakia, she sold money into me to get my luggage, and I think I used part of that to get a hotel room, and then I had Priceline. So I think maybe some friends sold or whatever in my move too before I moved. I can't really remember. I know Zakia did, and probably some of my other friends too, and that's probably how I got my hotel. So, funny story, my first speaking engagement outside the house, outside of the church I was in, just so happened to be the day before I flew out to Chicago. The person that called, the prophet that asked me to speak, just so happened to give me like $100 seed offering. She did not know. She don't even know what that did for me, baby. I went to Walmart and cashed that thing. I went to Walmart and cashed that seed offering. Ended up paying for my luggage to be on board. And when I left here, I know I didn't have $100 to my name. I'm trying to think, how much did I have? It wasn't a lot at all. So I did that, paid for my luggage. I may have had $60 to $75, or maybe, because I remember when I landed at the airport, I wanted to go to church, but I didn't even have the money to get from the airport to church and back to the hotel. I didn't have enough money. So I had to miss church. I think I probably just streamed it, and I had to go straight to the hotel. So yeah. But I had faith. Listen, I had literally lost everything. It was like, what else am I going to lose? Ain't nothing else. What else? I literally have nothing to lose. So I was going to take the blue line downtown, but the people at the airport was like, honey, do you really want to get on there with that type? They looked at the type of luggage I had. I have nice luggage. She was like, are you sure you want to get on that? I was like, ma'am, I'll get an Uber. So that took a big chunk of the money I had left, and I had enough money to get something to eat. But yeah. So I texted a friend, told them, I'm here, sent them my Cash App or PayPal. I don't know which one I sent. And I was like, yeah, you can send that $1,000 seed when you get ready. I'm still waiting on the seed. So that's part 2.